Good morning. The wind has stopped blowing finally, and we're going to get a few things done. Of course, now that I said that, the wind's going to start blowing. But I was just going to show you where we're starting at on this project, and then we'll kind of give you some videos as we go along. So here we're getting started. All right, so this pile of yellow buckets, I put them together, I think 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. And anyway, they've been growing tomatoes for the last few years. Well, they're okay, but they're not perfect, and they were completely outside the scope of my regular garden, and so they sometimes didn't get watered. And so we went ahead and moved them off, and I've got pavers over there, and we're just getting the dirt and the grass or the leaves off the pavers. And Brianne and Kaylee are over there. My husband built that wishing well, and they're putting some linseed oil on it to protect it. And then right here, we're going to be using raised bed blocks and some redwood, and we're going to be building a permanent feature there. So we'll get right back to you as we get started. All right, so these are 10 by 6 inches by 2 redwood boards, and that's what we're going to use with our blocks. And unfortunately, we couldn't put them right up close to where the blocks are, which is right next to the flower bed, but we're going to be able to carry these across the yard. They're not that heavy. And I think we're going to use, I think there's 4 of them, or maybe 4.5, I can't remember, per level. So I'll see you over there to show you what we've placed the bricks in. Okay, so I'm the designer of this project, and needless to say, I am certainly not an engineer. But if you'll notice, we've just taken those blocks. They're set to have the wood set down in them. We're going to have, it's going to go across the bottom, and then we're putting in 2 long sides, and then we'll have a middle area, and that's what those middle blocks are for. So right now we're just cutting the wood and getting it placed. And if you saw, I wish you could have seen when Brianne put that board in, but all it does is you just drop it down in place and pop it in, and that's all there is to it. So we'll holler at you when we get the whole U done, and then we'll get back to you. All right, so we've got a U-shaped flower bed there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of that Loctite landscaping glue and a quilt gun, and we'll just put some of that glue on top, and we'll put the next row of blocks on there. So, whoops, we'll be back in a sec. This has been the craziest day ever. Well, not ever, but it's been a pretty crazy day. We're working on that flower bed, and we're trying to put, I have a really great friend of mine that's here, and he's putting in part of the water line that we didn't finish a couple of weeks ago. And if that gets done today and we get this flower bed in, then I might get that rest of that zucchini planted. Maybe, maybe. But right now I'm waiting for Brianne to come back. She had to go put my son-in-law raises hound dogs, and this is the week that he works, and he's like, he works for 8 days and off for 6. And so on those 8 days that he works, then the dogs have got to be exercised so that they're ready to go when he starts his hunt when he's on his days off. And so she's down there right now. Weston's working, and so she's down there right now, and she's putting in the dogs on the runner. And so anyway, when she gets back here, she'll be able to help me glue these in place. She has helped her dad do all the retaining walls that we have all over this place, and there's quite a few of them. And she's just really great help, and she knows what she's doing, so I'm gonna let her do that. But it's coming together, guys. I really like it. I really like it. So we'll just keep plowing at it, and I'll get back to you when we've got a couple of rises done. Okay, so this is what we do. We go ahead and put that construction adhesive, landscaping adhesive on. Great. Okay, now hold on to it, Katie, for a minute. And then she goes ahead and puts the block on top and just kind of get it in there until it's all lined up. And that's all we got to do. And so now Kaylee's going to try it. Can you do it, Kaylee?
Yeah,
Baylor, please don't do that.
that's one. am I shirtless? Hit my leg. I'll give him the next one.
Okay, now just 7 more to go for this layer. Okay, so it is finished. It's a little bit shorter than I thought I wanted, but now that I've got it up there, I think it's perfectly fine. There are 4 lifts, so it's each one of those blocks is 5.5 inches, so it's just under 2 feet, which I think is going to be great for tomatoes and squash, whatever else. I'm going to do one thing to finish this off, and that is I've got some plastic, and I'm going to run plastic on the inside of them so that it will kind of protect the wood. I thought about doing some landscaping fabric in the bottom, but you know what? I think these pavers will keep the wood. It's pretty tight down there. I don't know if you can see that, but it really is pretty tight, so I'm not worried about the wood getting, or the materials and stuff, the dirt getting out from underneath them. So that's it for this bed. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and put a board along the top so I could sit on it. I think that once these blocks have set with the glue, I think they'll be fine to sit on. And I sit to do a lot of gardening, so that'll be great. I'm going to plant tomatoes in these, and I'm going to take the material that was in those yellow buckets, and I'm going to bring it over and use it to start with. And then I'll go ahead and put some compost and work that in. And then I think we'll see where we're at with that. But that's another video for another time. We'll fill these beds. I'm going to build one more, and I'll show you where that's going to go. So I didn't think that I was going to have enough blocks to do another bed, but since I didn't go up 3 foot, I think I'm going to have plenty. See? The wind's going to start blowing right now, and it has been raining all the way around us. We've had to stop a couple of times to go in the house so that we wouldn't melt, you know, with the rain. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and over there on this side of that table, we're going to take that out. We're going to take those yellow buckets out, and I'm going to put another bed like this one that is just straight, and it's going to go there, and I think we've got plenty of wood and plenty of blocks for that. So yeah, now this time it really is the end. But this has been one of those days where I've had great help, and I'm so appreciative. And my hands aren't dirty, but they're kind of busted up because I've used hammers and I've used saws and I've done a few other things. So anyway, it's all good. So that's it, and you guys have a great day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We love to have new friends here. So keep smiling, and you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.